Welcome to On the Beat. I'm Troy Thompson. Today I'm joined by Will Cooper from the law firm of Crowell Gillis and Cooper, and today we're talking all about first offence DUI in Mississippi. Welcome to the show, sir.
It's good to be here.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the first. We're in the car and we've been pulled over and we've been asked to give a breath test.
Well, the first thing I would say is, it's best not to get behind the wheel if you've been drinking. Correct. But it happens, as we all know, and so if you get behind the wheel and you're pulled over and they ask you to take a breathalyzer, you have to make the quick decision at that point of whether or not to take the breathalyzer test. And just keep in mind that once you take the test, if you're intoxicated, then they have a clear record that you're intoxicated. So the first decision that you have to make as a driver is whether you need to take that test or not.
Well, what happens if you decide not to take the test?
So if you decide not to take the test, under the implied consent law in Mississippi, your license will be automatically suspended for 90 days.
So you're out of the car.
And so you're out of the car for 90 days. And it's hard to get a hardship, in other words, to drive to work with a suspended license if you refuse. But keep in mind that if you do take the breathalyzer, then they're going to have a record of you being intoxicated. Yeah. Otherwise, they have to do it based on whether they can smell alcohol, whether or not, how you act. Of course. And it's all on film now, of course.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Most officers now have on-body cameras, and they're filming what's going on.
Well, it's interesting. What I wanted to know, what are the limits in Mississippi? Because I believe every state is different.
They are.
With the alcohol blood limit.
So for individuals over 21 in Mississippi, it's 0.08 now. If you're a commercial truck driver, though, and you're driving a truck, it's 0.04. If you're under the age of 21, we have what's called zero tolerance for minors. Yep. It's 0.02, which literally one alcoholic beverage will put you over that limit.
Really?
Yes.
We shouldn't be drinking under 21 anyway.
Well, that's true. It's, you'll get what's called a minor.
Let's be real.
You'll get a minor in possession as well.
Let's be real. All right. What are the limits when it comes to the penalties of the limits, I should say?
Well, so in a first DUI in Mississippi, it's anywhere from a $250 to $1,000 fine.
On the spot?
Well, not on the spot. Once you're found guilty. Remember, if you refuse it, 90-day suspension. If you're found guilty, then 120-day suspension of your license. The good news is Mississippi now allows what's called a non-adjudication if you request it. So your attorney in court can request that the penalty be non-adjudicated. You're found guilty, but then the judge refused to accept your guilty plea, puts you under certain probation matters that you have to complete, attend an educational class, pay the fines, and get an interlock device on your car, which you would have to blow in before your car will crank. And that will allow you not to have a DUI on your record. It's called non-adjudication.
Oh, wow. How long would you have to have one of those on for?
It stays on for 120 days, the interlock device. In alternative of not having the interlock, you can go ahead and take the 120-day suspension as well.
Wow. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's good. And not many people know it unless they've gotten a DUI. So it is Mississippi has given first offenders a real nice break, allowing non-adjudication.
I find that fascinating.
Yeah,
now, if you lose your license, okay, would it depend on what your limits are when it comes to over the blood alcohol level, on how long you don't have a license for?
It's typically just 120 days.
That's just typically?
Yes, but there are aggravating factors that can increase your penalty. For example, if you have someone under the age of 16 in the car, then you can get a ticket for endangerment. And the real problem with driving under the influence, if you have a wreck and hurt someone or kill someone, then you can be charged with felony DUI. I've seen it ruin lives. People spend 5 to 20 years in prison.
Well, here's the thing, don't drink and drive.
That is the best option.
Mr. Cooper, thank you.
Thank you so much.
If you want to find out more information, there it all is up on the screen for you. I've been chatting to Will Cooper from the law firm of Crowell, Gillis and Cooper. Back after this short break.